Hello everyone. As you can see, most of the hair on my face and head area have gone. I got a new shorter haircut and got most of my beard shaved off. So look, you can almost see my jawline. I haven't seen it for years myself. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. This was hopefully going to be a semi-serious video. As you can see from the title, it's about personal responsibility. Something which I don't think is in many people's vocabularies these days. It seems that no one wants to take personal responsibility for their actions anymore. Scapegoats are everywhere you look, whether you want to talk about rap music, heavy metal, violent films, whatever. An example of this is teenagers, like young teenagers, 13, 14 years old, getting gastric band surgeries to help them with their weight problems. They basically blame everyone, food, adverts, but never the people who are actually to blame, which are themselves and the parents. No one's forcing you to eat 6,000 calories a day. And you could say, oh, well, you know, I can't stop eating. Well, yes, you fucking can. Unless you have the medical condition, which I can't remember the name for, where you feel constantly hungry all the time, no matter how much you eat, you can stop eating. And you know how I know this? Because I did it myself. I've lost a shitload of weight because I've cut back on the healthy food and I started exercising like a motherfucker. And I've had to do it with severe depression as well, so I think if I can do it, then anyone can. Of course, when very young kids are overweight, then the blame rests solely on the parents. But God knows they wouldn't tell you that if, you know, they would blame everyone under the sun except themselves. I've heard before that the parents are pressurized into buying unhealthy foods, and I just think to myself, have you no backbone? Personally, if it was my kids' health at stake, then there would be nothing that would pressure me enough to put them into danger, like buying them tons of fatty, sugary, salty foods would. I mean, just say no, for fuck's sake. So on to violent music and films, which is usually used by right-wing creationist douchebags as some sort of reason as to why things like massacres like Columbine and Virginia Tech happen. Wait, what's that you say? A disaffected, bullied youth listens to heavy metal music? Get the fuck out of here. I know, I've heard everything now. Anyway, again, I'm going to take myself as an example. I love films. I'll just turn my webcam a little bit so you can see a little bit of my DVD collection. As you can see, I have quite a lot. And that's not even all of them. I love films, and I have watched some of the most notorious fucked up films that you could think of. I watched The New York Ripper by Lucio Fulci, Flowers and Flesh and Blood, which is a guinea pig film, August Underground's Mordom, I Spit on Your Grave, Zombie Flesh Eaters 2, I think it was. I got it up there. It's different title anyway. That's a different film, different video. And I can honestly say, watching all those films and many more, sitting here, I have no more desire to kill someone now than I did before I saw these movies. I mean, if anything, they bored me. It's just all blood, guts, and gore with absolutely no story or character development. Those things are quite important. It's people's mindsets that determine if they're capable of killing someone, not movies. I just want to bring myself back into this again. As I said, I suffer from depression, and I think a lot of people would probably think that anything of a depressing nature would set me off into, I don't know, a very sort of low black spell. Anything of a depression nature, as I said, and that's understandable why they would think that. But it's not true. Absolutely anything can set me off. It could be a smell. It could be a completely innocuous sentence said by someone, a particular segment on a show, a TV show that I'm watching, anything. Just because something has some of the same elements that I suffer from, in this case depression, does not mean that they will have that effect on me. And I think this is true for people with violent tendencies as well, in my opinion. It doesn't have to be anything violent. It could be anything. It would just have to be the wrong thing at the wrong time, where the brain is configured in such a way that they will completely fly off the handle. So banning violent media would do nothing to stop these kind of murders, in my opinion. it also paints a rather dim view of humanity. It's almost as if they're trying to say that we're all right on the edge of becoming raping, murdering maniacs, and all we need is to listen to a song that mentions holes or slitting your wrists, and we're going to grab the nearest sharp object and then go on a killing spree. Um, which is crap. Anyway, as I said, I was quite overweight, and with the depression thing, and unlike the majority of people, I take responsibility for who I am. I don't blame my parents for making me overweight. It wasn't colourful, bright adverts that were shown between TV shows that I used to watch as a kid. It was my own fault. I got myself into this mess. No one else did, and I was the only one who could do anything about it. And I did, and it made me a stronger person than I was before. And I think that if more people stopped blaming everyone but themselves, maybe we could move forward as a society. So why do we do this? You could make an argument that we have become increasingly a me society, and as a result we have become a lot more selfish, and only thinking about ourselves, what we want to buy, where we want to go, holidays that we want to go on. By blaming something else for our shortcomings, we completely absolve ourselves of guilt, so we can carry on living our lives as we see fit. There is a problem with that, though, in that, namely, people never learn from their mistakes that way. By not being responsible for those mistakes, they never see that these things are wrong, and they never grow as a person. So they keep on making the same mistakes over and over again and don't learn. Someone like me, hopefully, and like anyone else, I make mistakes. I've done things that I shouldn't have, but I realise that I've made these mistakes, and it changes my mind when I make these mistakes, so that I know not to do these things again, and I hopefully grow into a better person, both for myself and for society as a whole. Another thing is that people always want something to blame for bad things happening. There always has to be a reason behind everything, which you could also tie into religious thinking as well. I'm going to say this as simple as I can. Shit happens. There are bad people out there, and they're going to do bad things. And as we don't know enough about the brain to figure out exactly why someone goes out and kills another person, even if they didn't have a particularly bad upbringing, we need something tangible, something real to blame, whether that be TV, movies, whatever. But bad things happening are one of the prices we pay for living in a free society. Anyway, that's all I had to say. If you could comment, rate, tell me your opinion, what you think, regardless of whether you agree with me or not. Anything would be great. Forward it, send it to all your friends, whatever. Cheerio.